Okay. Um, I was looking at some podcasts and some videos, and the stuff that I'm hearing that's coming out of some of the women mouths sometimes is most craziest shit that I've ever seen or heard, and it's black women. So now, and I knew this was gonna come to this, but I didn't think it was gonna be like turned into this big thing so quickly. Because they just so desperate to get somebody that will acquiesce to what they want. So now, black lady was talking about a lavender lifestyle, lavender lifestyle, lavender marriage. And the lavender marriage, I guess that's supposed to mean marrying a gay guy, a guy that's sleeping with other men. And the black women are saying that that's the new thing that they want to do, is sleep with a man that's sleeping with other men. So let me see if I got this right. When I say stupid shit, that's stupid shit. You will accept the guy sleeping with another guy that's poking the other guy in the booty and then coming and sticking it in you. So you'll accept that for some money. But you won't accept a straight guy with the money. You won't submit to him. And if any of your men that you were married to were to cheat, you're leaving him. You're filing for divorce. You're leaving him to take half of what he has that you're trying to inherit. But you will stay with the gay guy that's constantly sleeping with other people. I mean, the shit just gets crazy. There was another thing I heard where the women were saying, black women, telling other black women that to go get a guy from the prisons, that there was a bunch of men in prison that they would get. And then they're wondering why no one wants to let them lead anything, run anything, or even marry them. When you make decisions like that, no one is going to listen to you, and no one should listen to you, because the shit you're saying is just, it's stupid. It's crazy. It's just the craziest things come out of you guys' mouth. And then you wonder why nobody wants to look up to you or let you lead anything. The worstest men come out of single mother households. That right there, the numbers, the data, and everything shows that you guys are not good with children on your own. And you're ruining the children because you won't let the men be in the children's lives. I see so much where a lot of the men want to take the women's side and say, oh, she was a single mom. But I'm going to tell you my experiences and what I've seen as I went along in this world all the years I've been here. I don't see a lot of men leaving their children. What I see is a lot of women not letting the men be in their children's lives because it didn't work out between them and the men. And them trying to make the guy's life hell because he wants to see the kid, because they want to have complete control and want to say it's their kid. This is what I'm seeing. Everywhere I look, this is what I'm seeing. You rarely see men that leave their children. And the next question is, if the men are leaving their children, then the women are picking those men. So why is everybody giving the women a lot of credit when they don't know how to make good choices in their background and their lifestyle and their past shows that they just keep making bad choices? And then they come even crazier after making the bad choices and say some more crazy shit that to me makes no sense. Like, oh, I done had 3 or 4 different baby daddies. So now I'm not having no more babies. Now I want a man that make $100,000 or $200,000 a year. And I want him to come in with his money. He gets no kid. And I want him to take care of the other man's seed. To me, that shit just sounds crazy. None of it makes any sense. And it's coming out of their mouths and they're saying that they're smart. That is fucking stupidest shit I've ever heard. What I don't get is, how can the black women be so selfish and live on this planet and think that God represents any of this shit that they're doing? Because if you done sit it there and shitted on someone and got with them over money and then leave them when they don't have the money, you are not a good person. You will be considered bad. That would be evil. And God you think that you're gonna pray to God and then the man, he's gonna send a man with all this money again for you to have to ride off in the sunset with after you just shitted on the last one. It all just sounds backwards and crazy. But this is how the majority of the black women think. And I have a big issue with that because some of a lot of the guys' cousins were saying, oh, it's because of social media. Oh, the government this, the government that. Let me explain something to you. That's what the cousins were telling me. And this is what I had to tell the cousins. That's not true. Because when I look back on my mom and different women, I see the same crazy shit from way back there before social media ever was there. And then you look at the numbers and they're showing over 75% of the babies in these marriages are not the husband's kids, which means the women have been sleeping around behind the man's back, getting him to take care of the other guy's kid. And there's no punishment. There's no making her be held accountable for what she did. I would make them pay back the money or go to jail. I would make them pay back the money or go to jail. I think that's the fair thing to do. If you would shit on somebody like that, you deserve to pay them back their money. That wasn't their kid. And then you put these women, some of the women judges, I ain't gonna say all, but I saw a black woman judge in Tennessee tell a man that signed for a birth certificate because he thought the kid was his, and when they proved that it wasn't, that he's still supposed to take care of that kid because he was the man. That he wasn't a man if he wouldn't take care of the other man's kid. Not holding this bitch accountable for nothing she did. She coming at the man because the man is wanted out of the relationship and don't want to deal with her and not pay no fucking child support for a kid that don't belong to him, which is right. But she wasn't doing that shit by the book. She was putting her feelings and emotions into things and trying to take up for the woman instead of doing the right thing. This is why y'all never gonna make it to president like that. Because y'all too fucked up. Y'all not good for stuff because y'all don't make good decisions. And you want people to trust you. You want people to do all these things, but you don't make good decisions. That's just not how things work. So, this being the case, and you look at, and then I saw another one where a black lady said, and she said it proudly, with the dude from Ugly Money. He be putting them in their place too. I really like him. He cool. Because I like the people that keep it real. She told him she left her husband because he didn't have no money. He lost his money. And she said if he cared about her, he would have kept her lifestyle up. So she went and fucked his friend for some money and did something. Let me say something to the men about this. A lot of you guys with money out there are with these women and do not realize these women are only with you for your money, meaning physical attraction is not there. She's getting with you because of a job and the money you got and the paycheck you making and the fact that you are giving your money because you physically don't have the look because you don't want to take care of yourself. So there's a price to the men who want to pay for the ass, who don't want to take care of themselves physically. You better know that a lot of the women are with you for the money, and if that money ever runs low, she's leaving. She gonna cheat, and when she cheat or when she leave, it's gonna be with a dude that's physically better looking body-wise than you. Because physical attraction is always gonna come first. You just like it's important to us. In the end, it's important to them because they feel like they should be able to get what they want. And they want a dude that look nice to hold them at night, because when they 60 and the money don't matter no more, then it turn to a whole nother thing. So, well, I'm seeing all over the place that women follow other women. They don't listen to men at all. They don't know nothing about us at all. They are completely clueless and lost when it comes to a man. They don't know what it would take to keep us. They don't know what it would take to maintain us. I'll tell you something else that's crazy as shit that I found out about the women. That just, it blows me away that their minds work this way. And this is something for the guys. The women will suck and fuck the guy that she just met, that told her a couple of comments that she's attracted to. She'll go get him the pussy, let him bust in her face. He looks nice. She'll let him fuck her raw, bust in her face, tear up every hole she got. But her husband that's at home that she cheating on, she will take him through shit and try to play the game with the pussy with that guy and take him through the shit. And that's the guy that got her back. That's the guy that's paying the bills. That's the guy that's keeping her lifestyle up, that's doing her hair, that's getting all the shit they say they want. But they don't give him shit. They giving him all the problems, all the arguments, all the conflict, all the grief, all the shit, all the drama, and all the lies. And then they going over to the guy they don't know, that they done had a couple of conversations with, or they worked around, and they're giving this guy everything. And then when you talk to them, they'll say, well, he don't mean nothing. So a person that don't mean nothing get to bust a nut in your face, in your mouth, kill your throat, beat your walls out down there, tear up every hole you got, don't give you $1, and you willing to give him everything and put everything on the line, which I call trading your dollars for pennies. You willing to throw away everything for a guy you don't even know, for some lies he told you, because he ain't meaning none of the shit he telling you, that you letting him do all that to you behind your man back. The message that you sending to him is, I can't be trusted. I'll destroy everything you put in front of me. You can't build nothing with me. You can't trust me with none of your shit. And if you ever try to have something with me, I do it to you just like I'm doing it to him. And I'm a hoe, and I just switch and change like the wind. So guess what? He gonna say everything you want to hear. He gonna give you a great conversation. He gonna fuck the dog shit out of you. And then he just never gonna date you or take you serious because of what you did to the other man. See, as men, we look at it like whatever you did to him, you'll do it to us. So we not gonna trust you after that. And that's just the reality of it. But the women don't seem to get that shit. So what I'm seeing with the women is just, they're backwards in their thinking. They don't make good decisions. They don't know how to pick their men. They make a lot of excuses. And men are taught not to make excuses, because if we don't qualify for something, every man will tell you quick, man, you ain't in the physical shape. Man, you ain't strong enough. Man, you fat. Man, your hygiene bad. Man, you need a haircut. Niggas do not let men do not let men live in a false reality. So the man, if he ain't strong enough or fast enough or tall enough, he has to make up for that shit. He has to go build it. We have to build who we are. We have to build our value. A woman inherits hers. And you guys won't even date us or get with us until we become what you want. So the man has to build himself to be what you want before you would even date him. But then he's supposed to be a stupidity. He's supposed to be dumb. He's supposed to be the stupid ass that's supposed to take you because you look nice after you've been ran through by half the block. He's supposed to take you, wife you up, and pay all your bills. That's a fucking dream. That's a rich fool. That's a person that got money and he's a dummy. That don't work. There ain't no rich dummies out here. People that get rich or make money don't become rich being stupid. Now, if you want to get a guy that's going to do that, you're going to be sacrificing and trading off physical looks. Physical looks for the money. So you got to get your old guy, a fat guy that have, any man that have a hard time getting women, a little short dude, this completely skinny nigga that ain't doing nothing with himself. You got to go get niggas like that. You can't go to no nigga that got something. And some of them guys still don't want it. So your picking's going to be real slim to none. And then with you being a fuck up because you make bad decisions, you're going to destroy it anyway. I call y'all destroyers because you destroy everything you touch. Y'all destroy shit. Y'all don't value anything. Y'all throw stuff away over stupid shit. Y'all make dumb decisions. And then you got sorry and excuses to give for the dumb shit you did. And to me, that's just stupid. It just don't make no sense. You do dumb shit and you win dumb prizes and no man really wants you. And then you wondering why you by yourself and you can't keep nobody. And the reason you can't keep nobody is because you're doing shit you shouldn't be doing. You're doing shit you just shouldn't be doing. So, the women need to get their act together, and I honestly just think they're going to end up dying alone and dying off, because ain't no way I see them getting their act together, because they don't want to change. They don't want to take accountability. They don't want responsibility. They don't want to deal with reality. To me, God lives in reality. And he's going to judge us on everything we did. He ain't going to judge us on imaginary shit. He's not going to judge us on shit that never happened. He's going to judge us on the shit that happened, which means he lives in reality no matter how ugly or pretty it is. He lives in that. So if he ain't giving them a pass, and nowhere in there does it say he's gonna judge the women less lighter than he's gonna judge the men. He says everybody gonna be judged equally. So a soul is a soul. What you do on this planet, you will be held accountable for. Karma does come back. You will be, you or your kids or the kids will pay for what you've done. And I just see a lot of women that don't make great decisions and, you know, been skating through thinking they're getting away with shit until age and father time catches up with them. And then they start getting older and then their life ain't what they want. And then they, because y'all beauty fade. You have a time frame. And ladies, if you don't make your changes or pick you somebody, the old folks home and the old folks communities is waiting on y'all. I go over there and I have to deal with people over there, and I'm telling you, I see a lot of single women, and they're sad what you see. They can't lift a case of water. They can't carry their bags. They can't, when they get hurt, they by themselves. They got nobody to help them. They have no men. They're talking to their cats and their plants like they people. It's a sad thing. And if you look back 15, 20 years ago, if a person did that, we would say they need to be put in a straitjacket and they need a special education. Now, the government and society is trying to make that a normal thing because that's what the women are going to be in the future. And the women ain't even getting it. They're just sitting here and they're just acting like time just don't exist and there's some magic that's gonna happen and they're just gonna magic their way to a great guy that's gonna come help them. I watched another video where a lady pulled over on the side of the road because she ran out of gas on the expressway. Listen to it. This shit, like I say, that just it's like the most craziest, dumbest things come out of the black women mouths. And it's sad because it's not all of them, but 90% of them out of 100, I would say, is fucked up and stupid. She's sitting there with money in her pocket, a gas can in her car. And she says that she don't like to stop to get gas. She just don't have the time for it. So she's constantly running out of gas in the middle of nowhere. And then going up to people to try to get people to help her. She said she went up to another lady's car that was pulled up on the side of the road. And the other lady that was pulled up on the side of the road about a quarter of a mile up, she walks over to her car. She thinks it's a man. She walks over and it's a lady like her. And the ladies ran out of gas for the same reason she ran out of gas. She's walking over there with a gas can in her hand, asking the lady to take her to the gas station to get some gas. And the lady said, I'm out of gas just like you are. Now, she takes out her phone and she records herself saying everything that I just said, that she don't like putting gas in her car and she just don't have the time for it. And so she's running out of gas and she don't like the fact that she run out of gas. The most stupidest shit I ever heard. So you're riding around in a car with a fucking gas can. You got a pocket full of money, but you won't stop and put no gas in your car. So you're expecting the car, I guess, to run on hopes and dreams. And then the car is just supposed to magically make it home when you just roll past all those gas stations to get on the expressway. You saw that you was on E and continued to ride. This is why cars get fucked up. And like I said, ladies, the life, the style, the cars, the homes, everything you want has to be maintained. If you don't maintain things, you don't keep them. They don't function properly, they don't last long, and they don't stay looking new or running like a new because they destroy when you don't maintain them. The men keeps this whole infrastructure running so that the ladies can feel comfortable. And the ladies seem to think that they can do it without the men and not understand the role that the man plays until it's too late. Now, y'all been getting a lot of people and messengers that God has been sending to y'all to warn y'all to get y'all shit together, and y'all ignored all of them. You're going against God. You're going against the nature and way in the way He created it. You're not living within your nature. You're not being feminine. You're being masculine. And then I heard another show where a group of women saw a man and disqualified him for his fucking outfit, but he made $100,000. But most of the women had baby daddies that didn't have nothing. The women didn't have nothing, and they're disqualifying the man over his fucking outfit, something that could easily be changed. He make $100,000. He looking for a woman to marry, and these stupid asses are sitting here and disqualifying the guy who makes $100,000 a year over his outfit, and ain't none of them ever had a man that made $100,000, but they all want one. Let me explain something else to the ladies that's very important. When you go after a man with money, money come with a motherfucking price. Ain't nobody gonna give you their money and you gonna do what you want to do and do shit that you ain't supposed to do and not get him what he want. People with money don't like to wait. People with money, you can't play with them, and their money come with a price. If you taking somebody's money, you got to do what the hell they telling you to do, or your ass gonna get canned. People with money don't play games. You're not gonna come and get somebody's money and you gonna do what you want to do, and the guy with the money just gonna take care of you. That's why I say money come with a price. Ain't no rich fools out here. So you ladies better get your act together, because a lot of you are gonna die alone, and that's all I'm seeing. You know, only 1 out of 4 y'all get married in a whole fucking lifetime. And out of all the women on the planet, y'all, the black woman is the least desiredest group for marriage. Meaning the men are the ones that's in control of relationship and marriage, and the women are in control of sex and babies. And there's a flood of children, but there's not a flood of marriages. And you don't see old women at the courthouse or anywhere getting married, because men don't typically really like older women. Some of us do, and that's a very small percentage of us, and the older women still have to have their shit together. So now here you are, you have an influx of women sitting here all talking about this man. The women in the 20s are asking for the same guy. The women in the 30s are asking for the same guy and describing the same guy. The women in the 40s are describing and asking for the same guy. The women in the 50s, 60s, 70s are asking for the same guy, and ain't none of them ever had the guy. And they haven't woken up and seen that nigga just don't exist, because it ain't no fucking fools here. Now, it is no incentive for a man to get married, because pussy's still pussy. And the only thing men are thinking about is being with women. Now, yeah, we would want a wife, but there really ain't no wives here. It don't benefit us to marry, because we're going to lose half our shit. The men are the ones that spend the money and get the money. So we really don't need the women for shit. We know how to cook. We know how to clean. It's just a feeling when you going to bust that nut. You get her for that. You pay off for that and just keep it moving. And you ain't got to worry about birthdays. You ain't got to worry about 2 tickets to the movies. You ain't got to worry about double at the dinner. You can go to all the nice restaurants. You ain't got to worry about answering to nobody when you take trips. You can go drop and jump in your convertible, drop your top right off into the sunset. You ain't paying for another person's bullshit. You get to budget your money right. You can have all the cars you want. And guess what? That last slice of piece in the box is all yours. You ain't got to share shit. So think about that shit. The women are really acting like they're really needed, and they're really not, because they don't serve a purpose. They offer very little, and it's sad. But the women made it that way. They made it that way. Now, there are feminine women. A lot of them are overseas. A lot of the countries. Some of them are masculine there too. In the UK, I read where over 30% of the men are paying child support for women they ain't even never slept with, just because they dated the women and treated their kids nice. And they trying to bring that dumb shit here to the U.S. Oh, one more thing. Let me throw this in there, since I said that. In a state in the U.S., I forgot which one it was, Iowa, one of those states, they approved this shit. So they're trying to spread it. I heard lawyers here and all over talking to the men about being careful with the women in the future, because of this new law they trying to pass. If you're friendly with a woman's child, she can put you on child support, even though it ain't your kid. And child support is a government business, so it's an incentive for them to do it, because they're trying to dig into the men's pockets and the men's lives that ain't in the courtroom, that was smart enough not to be in the courtroom and make children. So to me, it's just a way for the government to get some free money, the state to get some free money. The judges get a percentage of the retirement off of all the child support cases they gave out, and his retirement. And in a lot of states, like Texas, child support is a multi-billion-dollar a year business. So they're coming after the money. At the end of the day, they want the money. Now, what I was going to say was this. There was a lady here in the U.S., I don't forget what state, but I saw it, and it was really, really fucked up. She was a neighbor to a dude that stayed next door to her. I guess she was with somebody that the marriage or the relationship didn't work out. She's struggling. She got babies. She guess leaves her husband or whatever. The neighbor is nice enough to try to watch her kids for her. He don't have no relationship with her. He hadn't slept with her, nothing with her. She was going to college to do a class. And that's another thing. I don't understand that shit either, but that's on the women. So she was going to do a class, and a couple of times he watched her kids for her while she did the class, because she asked him, could he watch her kids for her? So at his house, he let her bring her kids and, you know, and watch her kids for her, because he had knew them for years, because I guess she was with her man, and they were staying next door, and he always saw the kids and saw them, and they seemed real nice people. So he watched the kids. Well, how about this bitch was going to another bitch and a lawyer trying to figure out how she was going to put him on child support for watching her kids? Because of this law, she was trying to see if she could put him on child support because he was acting like a father to her kids. Now, listen to what I just said. He was being nice enough to watch her kids for her, and he ain't fucking her. He don't got nothing with her. He was just doing it as a favor because he's her neighbor and he knew the kids, trying to be nice. And then she wants to take advantage of the niceness and put this nigga on child support because he's watching her kids, because she's desperate to get some money because she by herself. So just think about that. If a law passed like this, let me tell you ladies what's going to happen. Y'all going to be completely discarded if y'all have children. And already the men really don't want to deal with women with children. Imagine the man walking past a group of kids and not even saying hello. Imagine a man meet you and he see that you got children and he just cuts you off. Don't want nothing to do with you or your children, or don't want to deal with your children at all. That's the shit y'all pushing. The more y'all make decisions, don't y'all see the worse it gets for y'all? If God was in support of what you was doing, you wouldn't be having all these problems that you're having. You're having these problems because you're doing wrong. And you're going to keep having them, and it's going to get worse if you don't make the changes. The Creator is not with you guys. You're going against the way in which he created things to be. The animals have to go by certain laws, and so do the humans. We're not exempt from that. All the female animals in the animal kingdom need the males to survive. The female lions do a lot of the hunting for the pack, but the male is the one that have to come in and take out the big shit, because they can't do it. They're not strong enough and not powerful enough. And take case in point, when the new male lion comes in and fucks up the male that's old, he kills all the babies and they can't do shit about it. And he re-impregnates them and makes his own, because he don't want to raise the other one's kids, because he know them kids turn on his ass. But just look at that in the animal kingdom. It's no exemptions for certain things. So ladies, I'm just gonna say this. You guys are already out of time, and as much men try to tell y'all don't want to accept it, y'all don't want to hear it, y'all don't want to deal with it, and y'all just keep trying to get around the reality that the men are showing you they're not going to accept. Men don't want hoes. They don't want women that's dating multiple, that been with a whole bunch of men. To us ladies, it's like this. If we meet you and you are a woman that likes the streets, we're not gonna date you or take you serious. If we meet you and you got exes in your life and you still dealing with your ex, or you got children, we're not gonna take you serious. Just even if you look good. If we meet you and we don't take you serious, we just fuck you and kick it with you if that's it, and from time to time. And we don't have anything to do with you on a serious level, which means you get that flat, you want to go to these really expensive restaurants. We not doing none of that shit with you on a constant basis. We might do it with you here and there if we feel up to it. And most of us won't even do it then. Because to us, it really you ain't even worth the restaurant because of all the shit you're doing. When a man marries a woman, for us, it's a special woman. When we choose a relationship, we're looking for someone that's going to represent us the right way. A special lady, not a lady everybody done had, like a buffet table. Everybody done had their turn around the table. We don't want that. We will never accept that. We will never be understanding of that, and that will never be allowed by men. And nowhere in history that you can look back and find that men have ever celebrated a woman sleeping with a lot of men. We just don't go for that shit. We're territorial and we don't want it. So I don't know where y'all get off thinking you can date multiple men. And that shit is crazy too. Like I said, it was another video I made on a lady. And I don't know how many times I run into it where women are sitting there talking to multiple men. And then think that you gonna come over here and talk to me, but you got all these guys you dating, and I'm supposed to take you out, spend my money on you, and compete with the other guys, and you ain't even nothing but an average looking chick. Even if you was bad, I wouldn't do that shit. It just don't matter. Tell a nigga the truth, and let's see let the man make his own decision. What I see with a lot of you ladies is you guys lie about a lot of shit. I mean, you just straight up lie. Y'all can't be trusted to tell the truth. Every time y'all turn around, there's some bullshit and drama going on that y'all causing. And a lot of the men that are below average are giving you a pass because they just believe in y'all so much. And a lot of men know what time it is, and they ain't giving you no pass. If God ain't giving you one, I'm not giving you one. If you wrong, I'm gonna call you out, and I don't give a shit. Who don't like it? I'm just gonna be, it's just what it is. Because what I see is what I see. And the majority of the women are fucked up. Some are good. There's some good black ones out there, but it's so hard to find them niggas. It's so hard to find them. It's so hard to find them women, them ladies. You know, I mean, say niggas. I'm just joking, but it's so hard to find them. It's like a 3 needles in a haystack. It's like hitting the lottery 3 times in a row to find a woman that's feminine, that's really supportive of her man, that take care of herself, that really knows how to treat a man and cater to a man. Is just so hard to find. And the older women should be easy to date. They should never be hard to date. And the older women are very difficult to date because of social media and them thinking they look good, but not looking at the reality that your life is reflecting back to you. Your looks do not matter because you're not married, and no man is marrying you. You can get plenty of men to offer you shit. You ladies need to wake up. The men on the social media sites are thinking about pussy. Some of them really will date you, but y'all turning the men down. Y'all don't want to date the men that really want to date you. You guys are holding out like you're a stock, and you're waiting on this this dream guy to come along and pay this price for this stock. There is no product that gains value with age and use. No product. If you're sitting there and you're getting fucked by everybody and you're getting old and you're aging out, you're going to miss your opportunity. Opportunity is when something is presented to you at that time, or you create it. A lot of you ladies are sitting here, ain't never met a dude that made $1 million, or never met a dude that's a millionaire, or never met a dude that make $100,000 a year. That's 10% of the population. Then I heard a woman say to me, oh, I just never met those guys. I just haven't been around those guys. If I had the opportunity, listen, and I've heard this in podcast and different videos too. Let me just say this, ladies. The way that the men are, even if you were put in the room with those men, you still have to get those men to like you. You still have to be what the people you want. And if you're not what the people you want, you're not getting shit. So even if you saw the guy, you gonna expect him to come to you and do everything. That ain't never gonna happen with a man like that. He got options. Beautiful women are dropping themselves at his feet, cooking and cleaning for him, sucking his dick on command, just giving him shit, rubbing him down. And they beautiful women, 8, 9s, and 10s, and they ain't wearing those big fake eyelashes and all that weave. They not doing it. And these are just natural, beautiful women. So how you gonna compete with that? It's like a BBL trying to compete with a natural booty. Do you ladies know that men do not like that BBL shit? No men like that. They'll sleep with you. They'll kick it with you. They're never going to date you serious. They never going to marry you. Men do not like that shit. They don't, none of them, white, black, they just don't like it. Now, the guy that will accept you with that BBL will be the man you don't want. But the men that y'all do want, y'all don't listen to them. Y'all go around and say, oh, it's going to be one out there. Because I know men that would. No, let me say this to you ladies as well before I end this. If you ladies would pay attention to the men that are telling you the shit you want to hear. Like it was a man on Jess Pearly things sitting behind a group of women. He was an average looking, rough looking nigga. Over in the UK, didn't look like he had shit going. And he telling the women that he cool with having a woman that done been with a bunch of men. But the women are looking at that like feeling like, oh, there's hope. But none of them wanted that man that's saying that shit. So the way the women are taking it is, If he said it, then there's other men that feel that way. Yes, the ones that you don't want, like you don't want him. The physical part ain't gonna be there. The money might not be there. If you ladies want the money at an older age and you're not willing to submit, and you're not willing, you're gonna have to get you a guy that needs you, that will desperately pay anything to have a woman like you that's gonna be a below average man. So you can get a below average man with above average money. That's the only other way. Now, I've looked at this every way you can look at it, and I'm telling you, there's no other way. You can get a below average man with above average money, and he will accept your bad treatment and your bad behavior that you're giving him. But even that guy will cheat, because his money is his superpower, like your body is your superpower, right? And so he will pay for you because he been paying for it before you came. So his money, he can pay for you, he can pay for somebody else. So he gonna take anything that come his way. You ladies got a lot of things backwards. Y'all think the nice looking men do the cheating, and the ugly and the fat ones don't. When y'all are, that's backwards. The ugly and the fat men do all the cheating because they have a hard time getting the women. They're aggressive. They have to approach. They have to pay, because there's a price for you not taking care of yourself that you got to go through. So they pay and go after the women and go crazy after them. And the women, that's who y'all go sleep with. Y'all go sleep with them because y'all like being chased after and told lies that you want to hear. The real men that are telling you the shit you don't want to hear, he awkward, he's weird, I don't like him, it's just something about him. Y'all don't know shit about men. Y'all don't know how to pick men. Y'all don't know what a good man is. He was sitting right next to you or talking to you and standing in your face. You don't know the good men from the bad ones. And y'all life and the men y'all have chose is a good reflection of that. So you can't challenge people because you don't want to, you can't deal with stuff, and you can't challenge people on that when your life is a reflection of your bad decisions and poor choices in men. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna leave it there, because you guys are far from knowing anything about real men. And I'm just gonna say that because that's the truth, and that's what it is. You want to have you a real man, a good man, y'all need to change your attitude and change your ways. If you do that, you can have somebody before it's too late. Once your looks fade, you can't get, and then y'all start showing old pictures and going back on shit and basically catfishing men. Pounds of makeup on your face, hair fake, eyelashes fake, and you putting plastic and rubber in your body, all kind of shit. And men ain't gonna accept that. They ain't gonna marry that. They won't. The fat guy will. The really, really old guy will. Ladies in your 40s and 50s who did not get on that boat when it was leaving the docks, didn't get on that plane when it left the runway to salvation, you're gonna have to look at men in your 70s, in their 70s. And you're gonna have to sacrifice the physical look for the money you want. Money always come with a price, people. I don't know why people think money is just free and it's just on trees and you could just get it and ain't nobody got to pay no price. You always have to sacrifice for what you want when it comes to money. Money is not a bad thing, but if you're willing to do anything for it, then it is a bad thing. People who don't come from money or know about money, ain't never had money, don't know the difference between bad money, fake money, and real money. I mean, assets and liabilities and shit like that, things that appreciate and things that depreciate. They don't know shit about real money. They don't know nothing about what's valuable and what's not. So y'all are just bad. To me, the women, you guys are just bad judges of character. Y'all make poor choices and bad decisions and poor choices. Y'all don't know nothing about men. The majority of y'all, not all of y'all, but the majority. Okay, because I know a lot of people, women like want to take up for women, but you can't take up for people that's fucking up and doing wrong. You just can't. And that's just a reality that people gonna have to deal with, because the future that we're looking at, as it keeps coming closer and closer, the women are gonna be by themselves in these communities, sharing one man, and they're gonna have to accept it, because the men going overseas getting the women, because the women over there, they want men. And remember, women outnumber men, so it's plenty of them over there to go around over them other countries, where the men over there can have a bunch to choose from, and the new people can come in and get some. It's just way more y'all than us, and that makes the men more valuable. Plus, the men control relationship and marriage. I think that's a very important thing that the women really need to consider. Sit down, look at it, and understand that you don't control those. The keys to uh, relationship and marriage, the doors to the keys to those doors, the men control, and they're standing in front of it. You ain't getting in. If you can't bring nothing to the table and you ain't giving them what they want, they not gonna let you in there. And y'all hold the keys to sex and babies. So if you're older, then babies are off the table. If you already have a fleet or a little football team, babies is off the table. So there is nothing you can offer the man. You coming in with baggage. You coming in with past baggage. You coming in with a bunch of problems, a bunch of drama. You bringing your baby and your baby daddy with you, because now the man gonna bring the baby and you in his house, and then he got to now worry about what he say to the kid and what that man is saying about what's going on in his house because his kid's there. So ain't no man gonna want to deal with that shit. And then I've seen videos where the woman had just completely shitted on the men. And this is why men don't even want to deal with women with children, because you putting your child first. She was over there. One dude, I saw a video where a dude was with a woman. He bought her a car. She didn't have one. She over the baby daddy house at 4 in the morning. He tracking the car. He comes over there and catches her over there at 4 in the morning. He don't say nothing to her. He takes a picture of everything, waits the next day, catches her with it, and then she sit there and lie to the dude right on camera in his face, and he pulls out the pictures and show it to her. Then the next thing come out her mouth, the most dumbest shit you ever heard is, "So you insecure, you watching, so why you spying on me? Why you watching me?" Bitch, you in a relationship with him. He bought you that car. You're taking his money. He got every right to watch your motherfucking ass if he feel a certain type of way. It's just like a motherfucking job. If you got an employee on the job stealing from you, you're going to be watching this motherfucking ass. If you got an employee on the job coming in late, you're going to be watching this motherfucking ass. You're not going to let a motherfucker just take advantage and clock in and take checks from you and they ain't earning shit. No, you're going to get rid of that motherfucker and get a bitch that could do the job. Fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all say some dumb shit, just stupid shit. And y'all supposed to be the educated and y'all make all the dumb decisions. The white women are the most educated, because those are the ones that mostly finish school. Even over the white men, the white women are more educated. They're the ones with the most degrees that finish school. Black women are the most enrolled. Not most graduated, most enrolled. Y'all don't finish, or y'all do shit in fields that y'all don't even want to work in. And that just don't make sense. You would be better off making yourself good for a man, getting a regular job, being better with your money, and then learning how to treat and cater to a man and get the man you want, and you ain't got to worry about all that shit. You'll have all the skills you need to bring to the table, and you will be able to get the men you want, and you will look better because you can put more time into working out or taking care of yourself. But y'all want to chase the money and try to be men, and here's where things get fucked up. And I'm going to end this here. You guys value career, money, financial stuff, good job, career, money, and a house and cars. And y'all look for that in a man. But a man looks for in a woman is her physical looks. We don't care nothing about your career, your house, your job, your car, because you ain't giving us none of the fucking money. So if you sitting at my table, eating off my table, and you bring nothing to my table, but you taking from my table, and you ain't got putting nothing on there to offer, then your ass you don't need to be at my motherfucking table.